Thanks for, okay. So now we're recording. Hi, folks. My name is Connie Beal. I'm the Working Bridges Director with United Way of Northwest Vermont. Thanks for joining us. We may have others join us for this Bridges Spotlight, so we'll just let them in as they come. But thanks for taking some time with us, with our friends from Efficiency Vermont and CVOEO's Green Coaching and Financial Futures. We have Becca with us from Efficiency Vermont and our friend Jen from CVOEO. And they're here to tell us a little more about their programming, how we can be more green in our choices and in the resources that we access for our own homes, and the different decisions that we get to make about utilities and our expenses and our how we keep things going at home. So definitely I'm going to hand it over to Becca, and I'll let them introduce themselves and share more about the programs. And I'll monitor the chat as we go. So if folks have questions, I'll draw our attention to that. But feel free to raise your hands too. I think asking questions as we go is perfectly fine. So take it away, Becca. And thank you, Jen. I'm glad you both could be here.
Yes, thanks so much for inviting me to join. And yes, happy to take questions throughout. It can be very casual. But I do have some slides to share because there's a lot of information oftentimes and it can get overwhelming. So I'll share so you can actually kind of process it as I'm going along. But let me share my screen. Hopefully that works. Oh, it says host disabled participant screen sharing. I don't know if that's possible to change. If not, I can just talk. But oh, perfect. Okay. Yeah, that's easy. I can just become
That
host
guy,
now.
I think it's switched over now, so you should be
Yep,
able to.
perfect. All right, let me know if you can see this. I also can't actually see folks, I think, once I'm sharing my screen. So Connie, if folks have questions or comments in the chat, you can feel free to shout them out.
Will do.
Great. Okay. So as Connie said, my name is Becca Custer. I'm a community engagement manager at Efficiency Vermont. If folks don't know who Efficiency Vermont is, or maybe have just heard about us but don't know actually what we do, we are the statewide energy efficiency utility, which means that we help to reduce the cost of energy for really all Vermonters and help folks understand and make better use of energy and reduce greenhouse gases. And we do that in a lot of different ways. By offering rebates, incentives, and financing options to help, again, bring down that cost of energy and also make those energy efficiency improvements more affordable. We offer expertise and educational resources like today's webinar. Again, really focus on helping folks, understand their energy and then how they can save money on energy. We offer technical and project support, which I'll get to in a moment. I can talk a little bit more about some of the services we have there. We also partner with the supply chain, so everyone from contractors to retailers to manufacturers, really to ensure that everyone has access to affordable and efficient products. And then we partner with other energy service providers across the state, really to make sure that we're all working together to meet our joint energy goals and serve Vermonters the best that we can. So I've pared down my presentation a fair amount, knowing that we only have 30 minutes. So normally I would talk kind of in depth about all the different technologies like weatherization, heat pumps, but I'll spare you from that today and talk primarily about the rebates and incentives that we have, some financing options we have to help bring down that upfront cost, and then some of the energy coaching services that we offer. But I'll kick it off to Jen at that point because she has a lot more information, obviously, about the energy coaching side of things. So this is a very maybe a wordy slide, but I didn't want to forget all the different types of rebates and incentives that we have, again, to help people save money on energy. So for residents, we have rebates on air sealing and insulation or weatherization. So really thinking about reducing us from essentially heating the outdoors. So really tightening up our homes to be using less fuel, whatever that is, or less energy, and just being more comfortable in our homes. So we have a comprehensive weatherization program really focused on whole home weatherization. Right now, that's 75% of project cost back, up to $4,000, and for income eligible folks, so lower moderate income, up to $9,500. We also have a do-it-yourself or DIY weatherization rebate. So this is really intended for kind of smaller projects that you can do around your house yourself. So either, air sealing windows and doors or insulating pipes, things like that. And you can receive $100 back from us to cover the cost of those materials. We also have rebates and incentives on different heating, cooling, and water heating technologies. So one that we talk a lot about is heat pumps. If folks are not familiar with heat pumps, these are a heating and cooling source, even though the name does not really suggest it, that is powered by electricity, and they're incredibly efficient. So your spending is going to be going a lot further. You're obviously not spending money on fossil fuels. And again, it's really nice to have both the heating and cooling component as well, especially as we're like, in a heat wave right now. So it feels really, really relevant. There's also heat pump water heaters that we have rebates on, and the heat pump rebates are in partnership with our distribution utilities. So they help support that rebate. And then I just really wanted to highlight heat pump hot water heaters. I think these are not talked about enough. They are incredibly efficient. Use about a third to a half of the electricity of a standard electric water heater. So you could save anywhere between like 50 and 66% on water heating cost. And we pretty recently launched a new rebate for income eligible folks. So low income folks can receive 100% of project cost up to 5,000, and moderate income residents can receive 90% of project cost up to 4,500, which is very significant because our standard rebate kind of at point of purchase is $600. So if someone falls into that category, highly recommend they take advantage of that. And then we also have rebates and incentives on advanced wood heat. So yeah, go ahead.
The one question I had, I
Yeah.
mean, I wondered if you can describe how the rebate process works, just
Yeah.
so people know what that means. I just want to make sure, because I always rebates and like discounts, and like
Yeah.
I always want to understand how people get to that rebate. What does it take?
Yes, that's a really good question. I'm gonna say I'll give you kind of an overview, but I will say depending on the project that you're doing, it kind of looks a little bit different. So for air sealing and insulation, we require that you work with one of our Efficiency Excellence Network contractors to do the project. They're Building Performance Institute certified, so they are, really focusing on the health and safety of your home and the whole home approach to weatherization. So we ask that you work with them, and they're the ones that help you get that rebate. So that's a little bit of a, I guess, working with the contractor in that sense. For our heat pumps, those are actually at point of purchase. So it's an instant discount when it is purchased from a participating distributor, and your installer will essentially, or your contractor will essentially pass that instant discount onto you. So it looks different for heat pumps and weatherization. For the DIY rebate, for example, that's something where you would buy the materials and then you would actually go onto our website, either fill out the PDF version and send it back to us, or go onto our online rebate portal and fill it out. So it depends on the project, depends on what you're looking for, but I will say if you go to our rebates page and you click on the certain, project you're looking for, you can it'll tell you exactly how to redeem that rebate, and it'll give you like step-by-step instructions. But I appreciate the question because yeah, it's uh, to actually understand how you would get a rebate is definitely important to know. I also saw a chat. Okay, you just put it in. Oh, perfect. Great. Amazing. Okay. Hopefully that answered your question.
Yeah, sorry, Becca. I just
No,
plopped
that's fine.
with the Efficiency Vermont site where the rebates are, but I think I got it in there.
I
I
think you
might
did. I saw it.
just use this link because it's like better, but thanks for describing that. That helps
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. And then we do have rebates on different appliances. I mentioned window ACs because it's, again, so hot out. So we have a $100 rebate on that, and that's similar to where you'd purchase it, and then you would fill out our form either on our online rebate portal or the PDF version of it and send it back to us. So yeah, these are all of our rebates. I think we even probably have more. I don't think I listed all of them here because there's a lot of them. We also have rebates not only for homes, but also for businesses. And so this is not all of them, but I definitely wanted to just highlight some of the top ones that people definitely ask us questions about. We also have some specific low income offers. I just wanted to note that I mentioned some like bonuses for some of the rebates if you are low or moderate income, but if a significant portion of your household income goes towards your electric bill, something we call energy burden, Efficiency Vermont can offer some free reduced products or services. So depending on the energy burden, you might qualify for one of these services. So it could be an energy assessment all the way up to replacing your heating or hot water system. So just wanted to make note of that as well. I don't know if we have any renters in the room, but I just wanted to know also that, as a renter, it can be pretty challenging to feel like you have any control over your home or energy costs, but we do have some specific offers for renters and rental property owners, but also wanted to note just some of the rebates that renters can take advantage of. So we have free products for renters. They can go and order LED light bulbs, low flow shower heads, and faucet aerators to help just save some money on electric bills. They can take advantage of our washer and dryer combo unit rebate. Again, window AC, dehumidifiers, and then of course can still access the do-it-yourself weatherization rebate. So I know that a lot of these, projects can have some high upfront costs. So we have some financing options to help bring down that upfront cost. One is our home energy loan. So this is no to low interest financing up to $20,000. You would work with one of the Efficiency Excellence Network contractors to do your project, and they would be the ones that would actually help manage the logistics around getting your project financed. But it can include all the things I mentioned in our rebates. So weatherization, heat pumps, heat pump water heaters, Energy Star appliances, wood heating, all of that can be included in the loan. And then we also have a relatively newer financing option with VHFA called WRAP, or the Weatherization Repayment Assistance Program. So this is pretty cool. It's an on-bill financing option. So you pay for your weatherization project through your monthly utility bill. And it has to include a component of weatherization, but if you can also pair heat pumps or advanced wood heating systems on this project. So you don't have an extra bill associated. You can just pay through your electric bill, which is great. Yeah.
Becca, I see a question around light bulbs, like access to free light bulbs for
Yeah.
homeowners. Is that something that
That is not. And with lighting's a little strange because as of I think January 1st of this year, all lighting that's sold, I think both in Vermont and nationwide, has to be LED. And so we used to have a lot more rebates on lighting, but those have sunset because there's really not necessarily a need to incentivize them anymore, because our entire reason that we had rebates on or incentives on lighting was to bring it down to like the cost of a standard light bulb. But now the only light bulbs on the market are LED lights. So this is specifically targeted at renters. We do have, I think, like 1 or 2 specific lighting rebates left for homeowners, but yeah, so the short answer is no.
Thanks.
Yeah. And then my last slide is just a little bit about some energy coaching that both we offer, and then I'll turn it over to Jen to talk about GreenSavingSmart. But these rebates all sound great and people might want to take advantage of them, but also not really know maybe where to start or what would be good for their home and how they can save energy. So we offer a few different ways that you can really, again, assess your energy use in your home and figure out some next steps for making it more energy efficient and saving money on energy. So we have over the phone energy advisors. They're able to answer your calls 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, answer quick questions that you have, help assess your energy use. They can identify high bills and help you direct you to programs that might, again, help you reduce those energy costs. So you can just give us a call and folks can access it that way. We also offer, if you want like a little bit of a deeper dive, we have free virtual home energy visits. So this is about a 90-minute virtual visit. So it's either over the phone or video chat with one of our in-house energy consultants. And again, they're going to assess your home via video chat, help identify, where you might be losing energy, and then offer a personalized list of recommendations for next steps. And then I won't even talk about financial energy coaching because I'll let Jen talk about that. But the last thing I did want to note is that we also, again, can help people connect with contractors. We established the Efficiency Excellence Network, as I mentioned. This is our network of contractors and trade partners, installers that are really trained to deliver the highest energy efficiency services to customers. And we have a great web page on our website where it says Find a Pro, so you can connect with a contractor to actually get started on your project. So I'll leave it there and I'll stop sharing my screen and I'll turn it over.
Becca, the home loan, the home
Energy loan?
the energy loan. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the who's the lender that goes through? It's not Efficiency Vermont's not the lender,
It's
but
not. We have 3 participating lenders: VCSEU, Opportunities Credit Union, and NeighborWorks of Western Vermont.
okay, thanks.
Yeah, of course. All right, I'll stop sharing my screen.
Great. Jen, do you want me to make you a host so you can share?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I can do that.
Thank you, Becca. That was
Yeah, of
great
course.
overview.
really helpful. And go ahead, Jen, I just made you host so you can share information. Does anyone have questions for Becca? We'll move over to Jen, but certainly feel free to share questions as we go. And Jen, thanks for being here.
Sure. Let's see. Trying to find my PowerPoint.
I also have the copy of the brochure that you shared. I might be able to put that in the chat here.
Sure.
I
You
can
know,
do-
I'll just talk.
Mhm.
Mainly my PowerPoint is just to keep me on track. So, I don't know. I did share it with you. I don't know if you have the PowerPoint.
You want me to bring it up? I'm happy. I think you did send it to us.
You know, I think let me just try one other thing here.
Yeah, as you having trouble with it?
Here we go. Right.
You got it. Yeah, it looks like it's sharing now.
Excellent. Well, hello, everyone. Yes, I work a lot with Efficiency Vermont. They do a great job of really connecting people with a lot of energy efficiency rebates and information. I'm the personal finance and energy efficiency coach at Champlain Valley Office of Economic Opportunity. We're one of the community action agencies, and all the community action agencies have personal finance coaching, and some have an energy efficiency coach as well. The area that we serve is Franklin, Addison, Grand Isle, and Chittenden counties. So if you're in those counties, I can work with you. And if you're in some other place in the state, then I can connect you with community action agencies that would help you. So I really wear two hats. One is as a personal finance coach, and the other is understanding some of the offers for energy efficiency, and helping you also navigate that world and do some planning. I believe they're very tied together. When you're trying to change your heating system or weatherize or look at a new form of transportation, you have to do some financial planning to get there. So that's why I like that these two are together in what I'm able to do. As far as the personal finance coaching, I'm available to help people create financial goals. Again, based on what you want, where you want to go and what you want to do. Credit scores and credit reports are something that I can gain access to, and we can talk a little bit about your credit score, your credit report, how to fix some things on your credit report that maybe shouldn't be there. I mean, credit scores are used a lot these days, from housing to loans. And it's really good to understand how that score is built. And I can help you do that in some ways, maybe to bring the score up if that's something that you're interested in because you want to get a loan in the future. I can also help you with budgeting. You know, where's the money coming from and where's it going to is very important. Savings plans, and just any overall personal finance planning, retirement, kids' education, those kind of things. I also like to help people maximize their employer benefits. Sometimes we're not aware of all the benefits our employer gives us, whether it's a matching retirement fund or a flexible spending account. Again, just ways that you can spend money. And, you know, in this time of high inflation, we're all trying to make the money that we make or earn go a little bit farther. So I think it's really important to look at all the ways that our organizations may be helping us to do that and make sure we take advantage of that. As far as energy efficiency, I help people who come with certain questions about their homes or transportation have access to the energy efficiency incentives, rebates, and tax credits that are out there. And again, I send a lot of people to talk to the energy coaches at Efficiency Vermont or to be part of their programs. I also can work with someone over time. So we develop a relationship where, you know, maybe they're looking to get an electric car, but it's a process. You know, making sure there's a lender that can give them a loan, putting in place all the incentives. So it's something that I can develop a plan over time. Reducing your household energy burden. Again, low income and moderate income Vermonters tend to have a higher energy burden, which makes sense because if you have lower income, and you're paying the same for electricity or fuel that a higher income person has, your burden or your amount of percentage of your income is going to be higher. So things like weatherization, which makes your home use less energy, a more efficient hot water heater, like a hot water heat pump, are all really good things to be aware of, and especially with this heat too. I love that heat pumps are something that can heat and cool, and even if it's not your complete way of heating your home, it can help complement whatever heating system you have, and then you can use it for cooling in the summer, which I think we're finding is more and more required. I can connect you with energy efficiency partners. There's a lot of programs coming down through the Inflation Reduction Act that are going to offer money for people to do both weatherization or put in heat pumps or advanced wood pellets through our Department of Public Service, Agency of Natural Resources. If you're interested in solar, there's a new Solar for All program. So there's a lot of money coming into Vermont, and I can help you access that and plan how you might want to use that. And that's very, very important for going forward. We want to have our homes comfortable. It's very important that you know you can heat satisfactorily in the winter, cool in the summer, and that takes some planning. The other thing we offer at CVOEO is personal finance classes. So we have 2 on-demand classes, meaning you register for it and then you just take it at your own pace. One is Spend Smart. How do you set up a savings plan? And the other is Keys to Credit, which gives you some information again, is where do these scores come from for your credit? How can you improve it? What would be a negative effect on my credit? What would be a positive effect? So those are both really good, very easy registration, just need your email address. And that can get you in the door, so you have some background, and then maybe you want to reach out to a coach for more clarification. The other thing we offer is the Preferred Renter Certificate. And as I was saying, often in this tight housing market, landlords are turning to looking at credit scores and or a reference from a prior landlord. And if those may not be where you want them to be, or you may not have one, then this Preferred Renter Certificate is something that you can offer as a way that you've taken it on yourself to receive some education. So there's 3 classes. They're about tenants' rights and responsibilities, and then it ends with a one-to-one financial coaching session. And then you get your certificate, and that again is something you can share with a prospective landlord to let them know that you are serious about wanting to be a good tenant. So a couple new tools that have come that are very exciting. Efficiency Vermont and Rewiring America. Rewiring America is a national program that tries to get people to use more electricity sources for their heating, heat pumps, solar energy. And I believe it was in April, they Efficiency Vermont and Rewiring America paired to make sure that if you type in your address as a Vermonter, you are aware of all the incentives that are there. So that I put the website here in the corner. You can also go to Efficiency Vermont and just put in calculator, energy calculator, and I believe it will come up. But that's an excellent way to know everything that's available to you out there, especially as you're doing your future planning for ways to make your home more energy efficient. The other great place, if you're looking for clean energy transportation solutions, maybe you want to get a plug-in electric hybrid car or electric car, you can go to Drive Electric Vermont, and that has all sorts of incentives. Some come from Vermont Department of Transportation. There's tax credits for certain cars. Your utility may have some. And again, they all have different, many have different income eligibilities. So just navigating through that gives you an idea of what's out there. And again, then it's always helpful to talk to one of the energy coaches, because then we can dig a little deeper and give you some of the more details of the programs. So if you want to reach out to me, again, I'm at CVOEO, and there's my website and phone, and I'm happy to talk to anybody and see if long-term one-to-one coaching is what you need, and it's a simple intake form to work with me, or I can direct you to some other partners right off the bat that might be able to help you.
Thank you, Jen. Thank you both. That was so helpful. And Jen, thanks for it's always helpful to hear more about financial futures overall too, and reminding us that it's like so many times our heating and fuel and the way we heat and cool our homes are connected to some of our other financial goals, that they are interconnected. Does anyone have questions for Jen or anything they'd like to learn specifically that you came, just wanting to know more about? Welcome to ask any questions that you'd like. And if it helps, I'm happy to stop recording at this point. Why don't I do that so that we can not worry about that anymore? Hang on. Wait for it. Wait, where did it go? Here we go. Oh. No. Oh, it's because I'm not the host anymore.
I will make you host again. That makes a lot more
Thank you.
sense.
I'm like, oh, why can't I do this?
That's really funny. Yeah, I will.
Actually, Jen, are you still host? You might be host.
Oh, maybe I'm not host anymore. That probably makes sense.
Jen, if you're host, you can stop recording. I don't know if you can do that for us. I gave away my host privileges, so.
Give it a try.